ladies and gentlemen, ignore that last screen. I pushed the wrong button. My name is Blaine Donlin. Welcome to Tarnation TV's live broadcast of the Maverick Cup Series, returning after a bit of a hiatus for the majority of July. Out of all the 5 Tuesdays in July, the only race we ran was the Daytona, and it was a good one. Always is. Yeah, we're back now. It is August the 5th. 2025, and we are at Rockingham, North Carolina. The Rock, whatever you want to call it. It's a cool track, and we're going to race around it today. It's only a mile long, 1.017 miles in length. My name is Blaine Donlin. Thanks for watching. Flying solo tonight. Rod Weston was unable to make it in here. He had an appointment. And I have a list of backup co-hosts, and they're all busy this evening. So you get to put up with me and me alone and my Spotify list. If I do have to, my goal is not to have any dead air. So if you'd rather listen to some music, I can play some music. Sometimes I might have to do that. But in the meantime, this should be a good race tonight. Maverick Cup Series is fully loaded. 100 or more drivers, I think, have taken part in this season. We're starting up, I think this is race number 14. And it should be a good one. It's been some time off. They're calling this thing the Throwback 200. The 200 means 200 kilometers. Won't be 200 miles. That would take a very long time. 125 laps tonight. Let's get some points going here. Points. Jack Merkel with the lead, 2,051 points. Your top 10 are highlighted in yellow. Ben Snyder puts on a glorious show here. It looks like we've got about 34 drivers on the server right now in practice as these guys are getting ready to qualify shortly. Green flag approximately 25 minutes away, so if you have to run around and do your thing, grab a drink, grab some food, or do what you do. We will be going green flag racing in approximately half an hour. Now the points here. Of course, every race, once it's over, subject to, is always subject to change because we track the stats. I can track the stats. I plug all my exports from the game files after each race is complete into a utility they call Score 4, which crunches all the numbers, all the mileage, the laps led, and all the points and all that good stuff. It's one of those programs that does a lot of work, but I don't use it to do the points. That's up to Ben. Ben has a different structure for the points, so this is what you're looking at now. And this is the Cup Series. They also have their West Series and working on a North Series. There's a whole bunch of racing going on here at Maverick. So if you want to get in there, they got the Facebook page. Links in the description below for that. Ben Snyder's the man in charge, plus his crew of administrators. On-track administrator Keith Hughes. Keith will, sometimes he'll race and sometimes he won't. But when there's this many drivers, it's nice to have an off-track admin, so we will find out tonight if he's actually racing or not. But, yeah, Ben he runs a tight ship, and he gets a big turnout. We're just heading into qualifying right now, so we'll just wander around here and take a look at some stats. There we go. The track is called Rockingham in North Carolina, also known as The Rock. 125 laps at 2x pit frequency, which means we're going to burn the fuel away twice as fast as it should be. With moderate damage, the Bullring 2015 mod, which is a fantastic mod. Ben's always used this mod. He's never veered away from it. It's a great one. There's a good core 6 or 7 mods that leagues tend to use, and this one is definitely one of them and has been for a long time. After 13 races, I put my notes on there and I actually never changed it. It says, hey, change this. I didn't change it. Jack Merkle first place overall with 1960. That's the old stats from race number 12. So much for that. It's funny how I'll go over the broadcast with a fine-tooth comb and then I'll always end up missing something. I'll leave myself notes. So then it's funny to leave myself notes right on the broadcast screen too, so everybody knows that I forgot to do that. Because you can see there, Jack Merkle has 2,051 points. He has led 258 laps. And one pole because he doesn't qualify. And if he does qualify, he qualifies, slow. And it's a challenge for him to work his way to the front, avoid a couple of tussles, and make his way there. So they're qualifying right now. Looks like Nick Gunther so far has the pole with a 23.582, with a 25.589. Keith Hughes right behind him. So it looks like Keith will be racing this evening. As we head into happy hour, they will do their drivers meeting. And I'll do my best to run this thing all by my lonesome tonight. It's a problem with this thing being so popular. NASCAR Racing 2003 season just keeps getting more popular every year. I don't race, I broadcast. I would race, but it's a popular broadcasting channel. I guess I've made something that people like, so then I just, okay, well, I guess I'll just do the broadcasting thing, which is fun too. Otherwise, I wouldn't do it. But that's the problem finding a backup co-host sometimes is everybody's on track in different leagues. So it's like, hey, man, are you busy on Tuesday? Yeah, man, I race over here. Okay, that's cool. I'll move down to the next guy. Hey, man, are you busy on Tuesday evening? Oh, yeah, I got a playoff, race at whatever league. Like they're all, everybody I ask isn't busy doing stuff in real life. Well, this is real life, I guess, but they're busy in other leagues on NASCAR racing. So it's pretty awesome to see how far this has come. We'll show you the game screen here now, and we'll run down the qualifying. You can see Nick Gunther there, got the pole. Keith right behind him. We got Peavy in third. Merkle in fourth, so Merkle decided to qualify pretty high up there, which is a good call. You don't want to really have that last pit stall, especially when it's a full field. You can get out to the front. It's definitely to your advantage to qualify. Vitor in fifth, Mercurial in sixth, Scully in seventh, eighth place, Edward, ninth place, Carroll, 10th place, Panicia, Hall in 11th, Johnson in 12th, Barretto in 13th, Nevis in 14th, Elliott in 15th, Landy Pavlon 16th, Waugh in 17th. Crump is back this week in 18th. Adriano, I want to say this properly. Adriano in 19th, 2 in 20th, Pachon in 21st, Godfrey in 22nd, Noah Wetzel, he is in 23rd, Matthias Yankee 24th, Thomas in 25th, Herbert Solomon in 26th, Campos in 27th, Carroll in 28th, Mark Snyder in 29th, Austin LaPlante is in 30th, Torres, Benjamin Snyder, Tate Dorsey, and Santi Gutierrez decided not to qualify, but they round out the field. 34 drivers will start this race. You can ignore me because I don't exist. All right. You know what? We can do a little bit of a tour of this track, shall we? Let's fly around here. So we got grandstands almost all the way around this whole entire thing. It looks like there's 2 pit lanes, actually. That's kind of interesting. This will be interesting to see if drivers remember where they are on the track and actually hit the right pit lanes. Because that backstretch pit might be confusing after a long green flag run. You forget to look for certain landmarks. You can see that 76 ball right there. That thing's probably a pretty good landmark. But this is a very cool track. I don't know who that guy is, but I'm sure somebody knows who that guy is. It's a fan favorite, this thing. Rockingham, North Carolina. All the drivers seem to dig it. So yeah, anyway, we'll set these cameras up here. Bear with me. We'll put them, these are pit lane cameras. We are able to move these because Tyler Mallon is a legend and provides us with a unit called FreeCam, a utility that I am able to use to give you some of these cool shots. There's pit exits, and pit entrance, as always, is backwards. I don't like that, so I move it around. Now we get to see the pit. See that commitment line there? There's a 71 of Franco. Adriano just going down, testing the pit stalls out there. As we get ready to go green here in about a minute, our Grand Marshal for this evening will be Jeffrey Elliott, league owner, NASCAR Racing 2003, league owner of Talladega Nights. He sent us a video, sent a video into the channel here. Benjamin will hunt down Grand Marshals each and every week. We try to get a different one each and every week, and has been successful doing so. This week's Grand Marshal is Jeffrey Elliott. Recently got married, so congratulations. Hasn't really been on track too much. He does race a little bit, a couple times through the week. I mean, we got this channel started a long time ago, and Jeffrey at Talladega Nights was nice enough to let Tarnation TV and the co-hosts, like Brian Wolf, help me start this channel. It really did allow us to have free reign and do what we wanted, and we came up with a lot of cool things and really helped tighten this broadcast up. So yeah, thanks to Jeffrey for all that, and allowing us to do what we did over there and turn this thing into what it is now. So it's cool to see him back. Josh, too. A little bit of a ruckus out there. So that's all I can say. Drivers to your cars as we grid up. Looks like it's going to be a full pace lap, I do believe. Well, you know what? Let's send it over to Jeffrey Elliott.
Hello, everybody. Jeffrey Elliott, owner of Talladega Nights 7 Racing League. I'm sitting here in Elon, North Carolina, at the famous Ace Short Track Speedway. I want to say, drivers, start your engines and good luck.
Thank you, Jeffrey Elliott. To watch the guys roll off pit road here. 125 laps on the clock tonight. We got a full house, so this is going to be some kind of cool. And it looks like I might be missing a car file or two. I don't think I should be. As we watch the pace car headed its way down pit road. And we're off to it. Keith Hughes on the outside of Gunther in the 23. This is the Throwback 200, so a lot of these guys will be running different paint schemes. It looks like Pavlon is at number 2 of Jonathan Peavy. I don't have a car file for him. I downloaded the car files about half an hour before the race broadcast started, so maybe he squeaked one in there on me at the last second. If we get into a yellow flag situation, Sir Jonathan, I'll try to exit out and see if I can find it for you. But besides that, Nick Gunther, he's going to be the one to beat. I mean, there's a lot of heavy hitters in this race. You've got guys like LaPlante. I mean, you could see from the standings, Merkel, LaPlante, Gunther, PV, Landy Pavlon. There's a lot of guys out here that could really get it done. I'm not 100% familiar with guys who are big fans of these little 1 mile speedways. It's definitely going to be a tire track. You start getting into little short tracks like this, shorter tracks like this. This wouldn't be considered a short track because it's 1 mile long. It's more of just a speedway, I guess. And you got the intermediates, and then you got the super speedways, and the really short tracks are some of those dirt tracks that don't even fit most of the cars. There's Carnby Edward in the 80 car there in the 5th spot. And behind Carnby, we see Panicia in the 000. He's kind of shimmying back and forth. And Matt Scully there in the 14 car in the 7th position, running up behind him. Pedro Johnson in the 96. Denny Carroll in the 41 right there. What's he running for a sponsor, the 96? Where'd you go, 96? Mountain Dew hard. Okay, hard Mountain Dew, live wire, zero sugar. Sure, not Ulysses. Okay, so this is the 96 car. It should be Ulysses Sandoval. As you can see from the nameplate on the front window, this is not Ulysses because it's Pedro Johnson. That's pretty good. Okay, we've got some smoke on the track, which means yellow flag is there. A couple cars down low there. We'll go into a replay and see what happened there. We're checking out the paint job. I got distracted. I apologize. Easily distracted. Put this on a rewind here and see. It was a good checkup by Pedro. It looks like Ben Snyder in the 7 is slow moving. Although he avoided it. We're trying to find the moment of impact here. Okay, the 45. Let's see here. Might be the 45. Okay, let's go replay. Lap number 7 starts right here. Oh, it's in front of the 45. Oh, it looks like John Godfrey might have got a little bit of help from Noah. We'll get that from a helicopter view. We'll be able to see it. Yeah, Noah tapped the back of the 7-Eleven, sent the 7-Eleven around, and then a couple other guys trying to avoid it. So good avoidance by a lot of the cars, actually. This could have been way worse since there's 35 cars on track. Everybody just sort of minds their business here. And they're all able to navigate their way through. It's a good thing about the 1 mile speedway like this. It's not Talladega Super Speedway, so there's not major drafting going on. Everybody's not traveling in one giant clump. It's a little bit easier to navigate because you can see from far off. You know, when an accident's happening in front of you, there's lots of time to react to it. So now the lights are off on the pace car. This league, Maverick Cup Series, they do run their own servers. A lot of a lot of leagues, it's kind of split where there is a lot of leagues that operate on the RLM Arena, the race league manager. But those servers don't allow you to run custom executable on the server side. So there's no executable required for the clients. So all the drivers can just join like normal. Josh Mercurio restarting this thing. Your new leader, the 86. A little bit of a different paint job. I'm not used to this. Josh always has the pink in there, but this looks different. Oh, we've got a stack up going back there. A lot of cars out here. And again, everybody in the back. Oh, what is that? We're going to have to... Oh, no, he just got loose. Okay, I thought he did that on purpose. I thought Mark Snyder snapped there for a second and was running somebody down, but the tires, he fired up got the tire spin going, lost control of the car. So, crisis averted. Mercurio still being built as the leader. I am your host, Blaine Donovan, this evening. Next broadcast with Maverick next Tuesday at the 12th of August. Same time, and we will be at Indianapolis Motor Speedway. A couple people going down the pit road. I figured that this early in the race there won't be too many takers, just to... Having some issues behind the scenes here. Sorry about this. Let me see. Yeah, I'm having an issue with Spotify. I thought it was running, but it's not. It looks like they are doing a full-blown pace cycle here. They're not turning the lights off early, so you gave the chance for some guys to pit. Nick Gunther has pit. Franco Adriano has pit. Keith Hughes has pit. Pace car to the pits, and we get going green again. Lap number 15. These guys really got to let these tires get warmed up on tracks like this. It is fun to see, though. It's frantic out there right now. I don't know the fall off on the tires. You can see the 71 there fighting it. He might be a keyboard driver. That's Franco Adriano. Some leagues have rules against, like, oh, you have to have a steering wheel. Maverick is not one of those leagues. You can use gamepad, steering wheel, keyboard, telepathy, whatever you want to use to drive the car. As long as you can get it around the track and keep the speed, you're okay, you know, because some people can't afford those controllers. Joystick, you know, everything works. This game's old enough where stuff just works. Everything works. And if Adriano is running a keyboard, he's in 4th place. So, you know what? Why not? I get beat by guys who use keyboard all the time. So don't worry about it. I got a Logitech something or else, whatever that wheel's called, the G920 or something. We have one retired car this evening. Unfortunately, John Godfrey has left the building. Steph Thomas and Mike Carroll are 1 lap down. Cars heading to the pit roads, another 50-50 split. Ben, I'm just checking my messages here. Oh, he always gives us the rundown here. So we got manufacturer rundown on the car makes that are in the race this evening. And we also have a countries represented this week as well. So let's start with the makes. We got 9 Chevrolets, 8 Fords, 5 Toyotas. Dodge has 4 cars on the track. Lexus has 4 cars on the track. Kia has 2 cars on the track. Cadillac has 1, and there is 1 Honda. My man right there, Keith. I roll a Honda also. Keith's got the only Honda. Now, this is the cool one. I love this one. The countries represented. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 countries represented. 24 drivers in the race tonight are from the United States of America. 3 drivers in tonight's race are from Brazil, 2 from Argentina, 2 from Peru, 1 from Australia, 1 from Colombia, and 1 from Venezuela. So we got South America in there. We got Australia in there, which is really cool. There's a time change on that one. I can't remember who the Australian driver is, mate, but if I could, I believe it's like a 12 or 15-hour time change. I can't remember. He might even be into tomorrow already. That guy might be in the future. I don't remember who the Australian is. It is on the standings, which I won't roll now because obviously we're back to green flag racing again. Oh no, the leader goes around. The 000. We got Randy Waugh back there. Holy smokes, mate. Oh, I gotta load that up. That was crazy. Randy Waugh looked like he went for a tumble. Randy Waugh in the 21. He looks like he rolled over a bunch of cars. Not just onto his own roof, but over everybody else's roof, too. The 76 gets loose and bumps the 41, and it's clobbering time, buddy. The 2 up and over. 31 on his lid. Man, it doesn't get old, though, watching the physics in a game from 2003. I love it. Currently being built in first. This is a caution cooldowns. They don't bring out a yellow because there was a couple of quickies. And we've got Jeffrey Elliott up in the TeamSpeak channel, but we can't get him in the room. He was going to join me tonight. I don't have server permissions to move people into the booth, and I don't know the booth password. You think I would know the booth password because I'm in the booth? I think once you put the password in, though, it just remembers forever. So you put it in once and you can forget it. Keith Hughes has about a half-second lead. Zachary Hall behind him. Tate Dorsey about 2 seconds back from the leader. Kenny Campos is back there about 3 seconds away in the fourth position. And looks like we've got some slow-moving rigs down there. Who's that? That's Herbert Solomon. He's on his way to the pits right now. This is lap number 25. Paulo Vitor, very cool looking car. I love the paint jobs. You know, it's a little bit different. There's different styles of all these painters. I always love looking at these cars. Every single car on the track is pretty much painted by either the driver who's driving it or somebody in the league. The 81 of Sandy Gutierrez in ninth right now. You remember in the pre-race, Gutierrez decided to take a provisional in the qualifying and start near the back of the pack, and has now found his way to ninth. And that's going to change right there because there's a little bit of some ruckus going on. As he crosses the line here, we're under yellow. He went from ninth, and it will stay in ninth. Those cars were probably a lap down. So let's just go into replay mode and back it up and see when those yellow lights start flashing. We'll just take you along for the ride. This is what I usually end up covering up when I put up the loading screen. I'm just looking for from the cockpit of a car to when those lights go yellow, and then you kind of zoom around the track and look for the ruckus. Because when the stuff goes down, you know you got to be ready. Cypress Hill. Looks like Matthias Yankee into the wall there with Benjamin Snyder. Slides up the track and hooked back to the left. Oh, man. 48 of Wetzel. Helping out the cause there. The body shop's going to be busy. There's some damage on the side of Noah. Holy moly. Major passenger side damage on the side of that 48. You can see how much you can actually see the tires. You're not supposed to be able to see the tires from this angle. So yeah, Noah's going to need to buff that out. Danny Carroll currently being billed in third. Yeah, we are very mixed up right now because the 70, you can see here, Denny Carroll's in 10th, and he's right next to the 71 in 30th. And so Adriano is actually being billed 4 laps off the pace. Benjamin Snyder has retired. Randy Waugh has also retired, and so has John Godfrey. Most laps led tonight so far is Mercurio. He's currently in 14th. Your current leader, the 48 of Wetzel. Even with all that damage. Josh, too, right beside him on the outside line. Jeffrey Elliott, you found your way in, buddy. No, but I can't hear him.
Can't hear me. Oh, no.
You gotta turn your mic on, dude. Or am I the problem? Maybe I'm the problem.
How about now? Can you hear me?
Mercurio is the defending winner at Rockingham, and we have calamity. Every single car on planet Earth, even cars that aren't in this race, involved in that crash.
Hey, Mike, can you hear me now?
It looks like somebody started a bonfire in turn 1. Here comes a pace car.
How about now, Blaine? Can you hear me? Blaine, can you hear me now?
Mic check, Jeffrey. Mic check.
I hear you, buddy. You can't hear me, can you?
I got you there.
You got me here?
Yeah, it's really low.
Oh, wow. Let me try to turn it up.
Yeah, I got you boosted to 20 and I can barely hear you. So if you're able to boost it and just keep chirping me, we'll get her to I got it set to 20. I got it set to 20 plus dB right now, so don't kill me.
How about now?
That's about the same.
Can you hear me pretty good?
Not good enough.
Oh, no. That's not good.
Yeah, like I say, I got you cranked on TeamSpeak to be about 20 dB increase.
I'm at 20 dB now, so I don't know what's going on. Hang on a second.
If you get into your mic settings in Windows, you could probably do the boost.
Okay, give me a second, bud.
Yep. Pace car leading the lap here. They might shut the lights off this time around. I'm going to check down in the pits here to see if Hughes will get lane choice. I'm not 100% sure anybody's really going to take that. Some cars on the pit road. The 76 of Udar Nevis has some bad rear end damage to that rig, but it's still running, so that's good. They might cut the back of that car off. Nope, there he goes. This camera is fast. Yeah, it looks like Nevis got the repairs, but it didn't actually... They didn't cut the trunk off. I'm surprised at that. And get back on Nevis there. Sometimes when the damage is that bad on the back, usually they would cut that off, but they did not. Currently running in the 27th position. We'll just snap up to the leader here, Keith Hughes. Keith has led 13 laps now, is currently the lap leader. You do get bonus points for leading the lap, and you get bonus points for leading the most. So
Testing.
Oh, there she is. Now it's really, really loud. But you can leave it there, dude. I can actually turn that down.
Okay, I'm still in test mode. I'm going to leave it just like this. You can hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you really loud. Okay, just keep talking normal.
Okay, I'm going to have to go off the broadcast. So it's what, 5 seconds delay?
Yeah, that's perfect. Yeah, leave it right like you do.
I'll give you a little bit of color. Hopefully I can add a little bit to you and give you a little break here and there.
Yeah, a little bit, man. Thanks. Nice to talk to you again. This is kind of like last minute. Can't really make it happen because obviously if you miss qualifying, you can't get in the race. But Yeah, there's about an 18-second delay to YouTube, so unfortunately you're going to be way behind.
Well, I'll do it during yellows and speak and talk a little bit, help you out, give you some time to take a break, a breather.
Okay.
Get my screen on my phone up here.
So I'm getting a message from Ben that says Pedro Johnson is Ulysses Sandoval. So Ulysses is driving Pedro's car. I don't know how that's working.
So the U-Man is he's always some sneaky stuff going on with that guy. He's always coming in with a different name.
Apparently, yeah, it threw me off because it actually says not Ulysses across the name bar on the car. So that's
my boy. Who's out front? Who's out front right now? Let me get
Keith Hughes in the 82 currently leading the race. Right behind him, we've got Joseph Landy Pavlon, and Jack Merkel and Carroll. Carroll in fourth. They just flip-flop. Merkel up there again. This guy's really, really good.
I like his paint job. I heard a different makes and models. So, yeah, I'm glad to come up here to the booth with you, man, just to help you out for a little bit. So I felt bad. Your people, I guess, had things to do or something happened. But last-minute call, and I show up. So here I am, guys. Hello, good luck out there. So let's get down to it.
Yeah, it's funny how you've got your short list, but like I was saying too, the game's so popular that you can't find anybody. You know, Rod let me know last week that he had an appointment to go to today, so he wasn't able to make it in. And then everybody else is racing.
Yeah, unfortunately, yeah, you're right.
Or something happens and they can't make it, right? Like it's like, yeah, cool, I'll be there, and then something happens, whatever. But
so we got some familiar faces out here. I see. I tell you, that guy out front, Keith. I heard a lot about Keith. Is it Hughes? Is that how you say it? Last name Hughes?
Keith Hughes. Yeah, he sometimes he's an off-track admin, so he'll come in here and he won't race. So he'll race and then retire, and then he'll help Ben with black flags and stuff. But he's racing tonight. He's good, which I like to see him running because he could get out there and show you how it's done.
Exactly, just like you do.
68's getting loose. Joseph Landy Pavlon. Going around in circles.
Around as well for a long time. A 24 car. Good looking ride there as well. So I'm about 18 seconds behind the race. Is that correct?
Possibly, yeah. YouTube's with an 18-second delay.
So I'll talk during the cautions here. Help you out. So I see a lot of familiar faces out here at the Maverick series. You got Denny Carroll. You got John Godfrey. Herbert Solomon, is that correct? Solomon?
Yep.
Randy Wall, Godfrey. Godfrey looks like he might have retired already. But it's good to see these guys mix it up with different leagues. Maverick's been around how long?
This is season 5 of the Cup Series right now, so that's been a while.
Yeah, Benjamin, I tell you, that young man, he really promotes his league. He gets a good turnout. He's got a lot of following over here. Good to see him. Every league that tries to be successful leagues, it's not an easy task, but give it up to Benjamin for doing what he does for the community of racing.
Yeah, man, he runs a tight ship. I mean, he got 33 people started. What is it? 34 cars started to race tonight, and he's also runs multiple different series. He's got the West Series. He's working on a road course series. And he's going to do like a North Series. There's always something going on. I don't know how he keeps track of all of it.
It's hard work, and I know what he's going through. So it's not fun. Things behind the scenes are 10 times harder.
Oh, yeah. It's a lot easier just to drive. Yeah, so I'll get some notes from Benjamin Snyder as the race goes on. Mercurio is the defending winner of Rockingham. Pedro Johnson is Ulysses Sandoval. Kenny Campos is Buddy Campos.
Hey, at least everybody's say they who they are, except one man out there, the U-Man. And I think we brought him up from nowhere. We found this young man somewhere, is it Maryland? DC? Somewhere around that area?
Jersey, I want to say.
I don't think it's Jersey. I think it's Maryland. I think it's
yeah.
Mama Sandoval, Maryland. I'm trying to put that together. But yeah, he's become one heck of a race car driver out here. So he's been at RTG. Obviously, he started with us at Talladega Nights. The guy has really come along from a keyboard to the video. You remember that video? He tossed that keyboard in a garbage can on Facebook, and another, I think Sean Dotson gave him a wheel. So good to see drivers help one another out.
I just got sent the missing car file for the number 2. That is the weirdest looking car file name I've ever seen. It's probably not going to work, but we're going to put it in there and check it.
Check it out.
See if we can get it to work here.
So you're back green, I'm guessing.
It might be, yeah. I'm trying to get this car file in here. Not only does it have a funny file name, it's also 16 megabytes.
Oh, that's too big.
So thanks for the 10K car file.
Chris Elliott. I did not know my brother was in this race, running fifth position right now. Good luck there, Mr. Elliott.
Yep. Yeah, Chris comes out most weeks in races here. So there he is in the Doritos number 9.
Hey.
Yellow flag out again on the course.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to broadcast when I'm 18 seconds behind the actual race. But, guys, I do apologize. I'm just trying to help lay it out with give them some breather time. So during cautions, I'll see what I can do to help. Definitely not a broadcaster. But it's good to see, Mark, I believe, is Benjamin's father. Is that correct?
I just realized, too, is... I might not have any audio on the racetrack. You probably can't hear the cars, can you?
I can turn it up. You want me to try?
I don't think you can. I'm not showing car sounds. Just getting glitchies going on. It's if there's something's gonna happen.
Yeah, I'm not hearing them playing either. Hey, glitches do happen at times. Yeah, I don't hear them live as well. So it's just you and me, buddy.
Apparently. You know what? Do I risk it? Do I shut the broadcast down and then restart it? Let me try.
Go for it.
Oh man.
What happened?
I think we got power sound again.
Let me listen.
Okay. Thank you for bearing with us, ladies and gents. Lights are off on the pace car. We're getting ready to go green again at the start of lap number 54. Trying to monitor all the systems and run the thing by yourself is, might take me a couple laps to notice some stuff. I hope the audio on the cars was... I hope that... I hope that the audio on the track was actually working. I mean, we still have a bunch of laps left, and it's working now. I can see it. So, good launch by the 86. Gonna try to keep it and make it stick. 24 right behind him. Gunther down there on the bottom. The front of the pack is always stacked. Those guys get up there and they don't hit too often. They just know when to do it. You want to stay up front here, especially I find like the first quarter of a race, you'll have some accidents, and then the last half of the race will be great. We had that happen at Daytona, where it was like, oh man, they had like 3 or 4 really bad accidents early, and then it was just phenomenal the rest of the way. It went green the whole way, green flag, pit stops, everything.
It is a tough track, though, to stay green on. I mean, it's a mile long. You get put out 30-plus cars on the track. It's tough, man. It's tough to stay green, but they seem to be doing a pretty good run right here.
Yeah, and getting some heat in the tires is a big deal, too. You got to get them warmed up. And pull some cool moves. You just got to make sure you got some hot tires underneath you so they're sticking to that track. And then and of course the tire fall off on this track as well. The grip tire wear.
2 or 3X on this.
This will be 2.
Yeah, it's about a 10-second delay there. So I apologize, audience. I'm just trying to help out Mr. Blaine Diamond tonight. I did everything I could to get here to help you, bud. I felt bad for you. But, yeah, so far it's been a little rough of a race, but these guys are out there doing everything they can to keep it green and race clean, and it's a tough. It's what they call it the rock. But some good-looking rides out here. Heard you got like a Honda out here, a couple Kias. Is that correct?
Yeah, there's some Kias out here, yep. Yeah, I installed the 2, but it actually won't take unless I reconnected the server, I think.
You talking about the car files?
Yeah, the car file, yeah.
So what race number is this for their season?
14.
How many races do they have in a
22, I think? 24?
Wow, that's a long season right there. So you got plenty of opportunity. So the 24 car, I'm trying to find out. That's Jack.
Jack Merkel. Yep.
Merkel. He looking strong out there.
He's the one to beat. You know, he'll come from the back. He'll retire. Some races he won't even he'll retire from qualifying, and then he'll try to get to the front. He's in first now, so he's going to be the one to catch. Because once he catches a groove, he's going to go.
Sort of like an Alex Moe.
Yes. There's a stat on screen there. Jack Merkel, Austin LaPlante, and Michael Norman are the only 3 drivers that have started every single race so far this season. And I'm not seeing Norman in this race.
Is Michael Norman Steph Cole's broadcast helper?
Yes.
No? Yes. No, that's just what I thought. Okay. More or less codes as a broadcast helper. You can tell I'm not a broadcaster, but hey, we'll give it our best shot. I'm gonna root for that Tide ride. I really like that car. That brings back as a throwback right there.
Zachary Hall, the 32.
Go 32. Is it, you say Zachary?
Yep.
I'm watching it from my cell phone, and we got a 10-second delay. This is awesome.
There you go. Hey man, we broadcast live on the internet. Whatever screen you got, you do it.
That's right. And I see my boy out there, Josh, too. Eggs, man. I need some eggs. We're not that far away from each other, Josh. So get with me on that. But yeah, good to see him out here.
Jorge Forshone was rubbing door paint there. He's a lap down, though, unfortunately. Forshone is, yes, 1 lap down. And Uda Neves in the 76 is actually being shown a black flag.
Uh-oh. I want to get in there and clear it quickly.
Yeah, it looked like he might have done a drive-through.
Is that the 76?
The 76, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, no, it was a stop and go.
Uh-oh.
Yep.
That hurts on a short track for sure.
Under green, yeah.
Keep at it, buddy. You might get your lap back. Just hang in there.
Yeah, Neves, he's a couple laps down.
Curio, you got to watch out for him. He's tough. So is Nick. Both of those guys are amazing. Danny Carroll, Chris Elliott, Josh, 2 top 10.
See, once we get a few laps under the belt here, these things get warmed up and they get going. There's another stat from Kansas Speedway. We raced there on May 13th. The most cars running at the end of a race was 31 of 40 that finished.
Oh, nice.
So 40 guys started the race and 31 of them finished it. These stats pop up when I compile the stats using that utility I was talking about before, Score 4. It'll actually show you all these little cool little stats, little milestones and whatnot.
Well, you know, you're all about stats. I know that for sure, firsthand.
As long as something can do the stats for me, I'll just read them.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
They seem like they cleaned up a little bit here. That's what, about 14 laps there on the green?
Yeah. There's Paulo Vitor in 10th. 9th for Josh 2. Dorsey in 8th place. Danny Carroll in 7th. Chris Elliott in 6th. So Ulysses Sandoval using a fake name in 24th. Yeah, so he's in the middle. Yeah, Gunther's...
What number is he?
96. He's still running the same number. He's just doing a different name.
Okay.
And this is a one-off like throwback race too. So some of these guys are having some fun and changing their names. Gunther and Hall going at it here for 4th spot. This is what they're fighting for.
Nick is in the yellow.
He's
23. Is that 23?
Yeah, the 23 yellow and purple. He's all over Hall. He actually got him.
The Tide guy at Hall. That's I can't see the name, but I'm sorry. Yeah, they battling hard there. Clean racing there. That's some good racing.
Clean, hard racing.
Well, go back, get him, Hall. I picked you to win this thing. Get her done. Uh-oh, you got my brother right coming behind you, Mr. Elliott. So I try to reach out to all your fellow broadcasters and as well, and unfortunately one of them was at an MRI, and couldn't get hold of the other guys. I even asked a bunch of guys like Nate. Nate, let's go jump in and help Blake.
I'll accidentally ask guys that are racing in the race. I'm like, hey, Sullins, you want to race? Like, I'm in the race. I'm like, oh, sorry.
You can broadcast and race at the same time. You might drive better.
Who knows? Yeah, you never know. Josh Mercurio in 3rd there. Now he's trying to hold off Gunther in that 23.
Those two right there, they're the cream of the crop out front right there. Is it 96 or 86? 96, I believe he is, right?
86. You're talking about Mercurio?
Yeah, he is really good.
Looks like the 9 getting involved in something back there.
Oh, he got tagged by a blue and black car bouncing off the wall.
Gunther normally runs the 55. He's actually subbing for Jarek Roy.
Gotcha.
I just got that sent to me from Ben. Ben's all over it. He gives me all kinds of cool stuff. He actually usually sends it to Rod, but obviously
he's not actually. Benjamin is not racing?
He retired.
Okay.
Got an accident, yeah.
He should jump in his booth to help you out. He knows his guys really well.
Yeah, he could do it too. Yeah, he's sitting up there in the entrance. He's more than welcome to come on down.
Come on down. You're the next contestant. Come on, buddy. Come down here and help Blaine out.
Yeah, see, I can't control TeamSpeak or anything, right? Because I'm in the race.
Right.
I'm just seeing where this yellow came out here.
All right.
There he is, Mr. Benjamin. How you doing, bud?
Pretty good.
Wish
I could have made it all the way in the race tonight.
Yeah, it's a tough track. You know, they call it the Rock for a reason. But you know, when I have an instance myself, and Blaine needs some help, I actually give up my seat a bunch of times to come to join Blaine when he needed help. You know, it's a tough job up here in the booth. But I brought some muffins. Got some Mountain Dew for you guys. I'm going to step away for a second, Benjamin, but thank you for having me as an honor to do your Grand Marshal tonight, bud.
Yeah, it's something really cool we've introduced for this season that I think is a way that we're trying to help grow this series.
Well, obviously you got a good outcome of drivers that love your league. We all been watching it for years. So you're doing something right. Just hang in there, man. It's not easy, but you got a great group of guys, old veterans, new guys. So just do what you're doing.
All right.
So
I'm gonna step away for a minute, to check on wife, but I'm here, Blaine. If you need me my help during the yellows, because I'm obviously 10 seconds delayed. So, but I'm here to give you all some entertainment.
Sounds good, buddy. Thanks. Yeah, so you were telling me that you were sending me the text messages there, which is great. The 14 is from Australia. I was trying to think. I couldn't remember who it was. Matt Scully.
Yes, he is from Australia. That's something I usually send to Rod every week. I send a list of countries being represented, how near from each country, because it's great seeing all these drivers from across the world come together and race in this series. I mean, I've raced with leagues such as the NHSL down in South America that get drivers from all these different countries like Argentina and Peru and Colombia.
That's amazing. What's the time difference to Australia? It's got to be almost like an 8 or 10 hour time swap, I would think.
I think they're like 15 hours ahead of Central Time Zone,
right.
Depending on where in Australia.
So he's actually in Wednesday already.
Yes.
That's pretty awesome. He's in the future.
Well, I guess you could say that, but
yeah,
we've also had drivers from Europe race with us throughout the years. We had a driver from Spain earlier this year who ran some races. You may remember Fran Gomez.
Yep. All right. Okay. So Fran was he able? I can't remember. He had a pretty good connection.
He was pretty solid. I mean, he had to race his way into the 500 earlier this year through the B main, and he won that race.
Right. Yeah, that's crazy coming from Spain, because you're on a totally different continent over there, and you're separated by oceans. And here we are with some high-speed internet. Yeah.
Yeah, the time difference, again, that is a big hurdle for a lot of these overseas drivers in Europe and Australia. But when they show up, I mean, it's a big deal to see these different countries being represented. And the most we've had in a single race is 9 out of the 40 that have qualified.
Wow. I never thought of that, though, right? Because, so this is a very popular sim, and drivers from other countries join in the American League. But like you said, the other countries will run the game also. So you've actually joined in and raced in South American leagues.
Yeah, I've raced in the NHSL in South America, and I've raced in the V8 Thunder League in Europe. I did a race there a few years ago.
That's cool, man. Like, every country's still like this. I wonder, it's too bad we can't track stats on this. You know, the game's a little bit older, so they don't have that kind of back-end infrastructure to sort of show the, just the numbers and like where people are coming from. But it just seems to never stop. No matter where you are, you can find a league. I keep track of all the international stats. Like, that I keep track of on my own. Oh, okay. Yeah, 35 started the race. No, 34 tonight started the race.
34.
Yeah, Pedro Johnson, which is Yossi Sandoval, and Austin LaPlante have just recently retired due to an accident.
Yep.
Which reminds me, I did not replay the cause for that wreck. All right. This will be probably the reason the 96 was forced to retire. Once these guys get going, I find it takes about 2 or 3 laps. Once they get some heat in the tires, they can really get going. But the cold starts are what's killing them here.
I mean, on the super speedways, I've always said they often look slow when they take the green. They look like they're still going really slow when they take the green, because it takes a lap and a half to get up to full song.
Yeah. What gear are you starting in here? Oh, the 72 tagged them. Yeah, they were really close.
You asked what gear I started in. I sometimes first, sometimes second. Depends on how I'm feeling at the moment.
Yeah, sometimes. Oh, that's the reason the 96 is retired. He just plugged himself onto the pit wall, and there's no water barrels or sand barriers or anything, so that car is probably cooked. Restart the beginning of lap 85.
41 laps to go. Again, just a reminder, I've sent this to Rod. I will send you the updated rulebook because it does address the specifics of things like caution cooldowns and restarts of shame. So like a caution cooldown, for example, is if there's 3 cautions in 15 laps, then we have a 7-lap caution cooldown. So where we have no cautions for 7 laps.
Yep.
And so the only races that do not have that are super speedways and road courses. So the next race that will not have that is Watkins Glen later this month.
That'll get a good turnout. People love Watkins Glen.
And we've never had a full field on a road course. Most we've had show up. We had 37, I believe, at Watkins Glen last year.
Damn, that's pretty close, though.
The last league to... it's been like 6 years since a league has gotten a full field on a road course. The last league to do it was a league, and I wasn't part of this league, but I've seen old streams. FTF, they're on iRacing now. They got a full field at both Sonoma and Watkins Glen in 2019.
Damn. So was that 43 drivers, or are they taking out a few for the broadcast?
They did not have their races broadcasted, but they capped the fields at 40.
Okay.
Because sometimes they'd have 1 or 2 off-track admins, and occasionally they would have maybe a couple races per year broadcasted.
Yeah, 40's a good number, especially like you said. Then you can have the help on the backside too with the off-track admins.
And of course, you've also got the broadcasters and the lower series, like Maverick West, for example. And we do have a race later this week in Colorado National Speedway. And I was actually just in Colorado. Didn't visit that track, though, because I didn't go to that part of Colorado. But that race had... we will be capping the field at 26 for that race if we do get that many.
Oh, okay.
26 on most tracks, 22 at the tracks that can't hold as many, and then 40 in the combo races.
Right, because certain tracks are limited to the pit stalls, right? Like it'll only hold 30 cars.
Correct. So like we said at 26, because we don't want to overwhelm these rookie competitors that are coming into the West Series or the 2 new lower series. And I'm not going to mention any specifics about them, but we're going to reveal the schedules later this year. The Cup schedule is actually going to be revealed for 2026 at the end of this month. And
nice.
We've got some really exciting stuff coming to the schedule. You're really going to like the schedule for next year.
Yeah, you sent me a preliminary graphic of that, I think. Has it changed much?
No, that is the official schedule that I sent you for Cup.
Oh, okay.
We're just going to wait to unveil it until Labor Day weekend.
Ah, gotcha.
And then the lower series will get their schedules revealed in November, and that'll be the unveiling of the official unveiling of the 2 brand new series.
Right. Just went back and watched that replay there. Mike Carroll had an engine failure. Zachary Hall also had an engine failure, so the 32 Tide Ride is out. Mercurio still leading this.
And so is the 35 of Mike Carroll and that Ken Schrader 2001 Patriot M&M's throwback.
Yeah.
A lot of really good throwbacks in here. You saw my throwback, for example.
Yep.
Pair of Roush throwbacks on Kias.
Oh, okay. That's crazy that nobody else has ever had a Kia. It's just you and your dad. That's it. Nobody else ever jumps in a Kia.
Yeah, like at Daytona last month, we had 4 cars entered for Benjamin Snyder Racing. We had Carnby Edward in the 57, who made the field, and then a fourth car driven by Miguel Figueroa, who unfortunately was one of the 16 DNQs for that race. And again, the super speedways always pull in big entry lists, and when there's a payout on the line, it boosts it even more.
So that's a requirement from Benjamin Snyder Racing, is it must be a Kia.
No, like our team is a Kia team.
Right.
Have been since 2023 for this series and any other series that has a Kia template.
Oh, okay.
Thank you to Kevin Talley for making this template. Did it like 10 years ago, but he's who designed this template. And there's a handful of other templates that he's done for NR. I know he did a Hyundai, which hasn't been used yet, and I think he did a Nissan Maxima that somebody used last year. The guy who runs Nissan this year, that is not Maxima, that is the Skyline GTR, and Matt Crawford, who runs that car, actually designed that template from scratch.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I've never done that. I just rely on other guys that do it and download them.
Yep, I have a whole folder that I can send it to you later of all the different manufacturer templates outside of the main original ones that are available for the Gen 6 mods.
I usually roll Honda. That's what I always end up grabbing.
We love our Hondas. Hey, have you done a Crank It Up? Have you done a Crank It Up yet?
I have not. I was just focused on the 62 there, Zach Barretto. He's not running a sponsor, just a straight up purple car.
Purple car, yeah.
I think that may have been a last-minute entry.
Yeah, because that's a name I have not seen here yet. So how many drivers have started here this season? It's over 100 easy.
I'll have to look at the supplemental. I don't know exactly, but there's quite a few who are making their very first start tonight. I know at least two, the 62 and Yuder Neves in the 76, a pair of Brazilian drivers, along with Peruvian Franco Adriano in the 71, are all making their debut tonight.
Right, and Barretto, the 62, I have never seen that name either. So there's like four new guys for that spreadsheet. It's got to be over 100 starts, or 100 drivers have started.
That 62 means business.
He's right in there. He's running fifth place right now, right behind Keith Hughes, Peavy, Gunther in second. They're trying to reel in Merkel. That's going to be tough.
Running a good line there. Running a really good line. I like that. Just basic purple car. It's good looking. Good looking. I like it. I like simple.
Yeah.
Sometimes simple is good, and next season, a new rule being put in place. I mean, we're going to have a limit on the number of schemes per season.
Yeah, you have to, man. I guess they get carried away, don't they?
Yeah, we have a few drivers who do like to get carried away, so we're going to be capping the number of schemes per season at 4 for Cup Series and 1 for the lower series, except West and one of the new series are going to have combination races with Cup. Those will not count. Only the standalone races will have the single scheme requirement for the West series and one of the new series, as well as the other new series.
That's cool. Yeah, you definitely have to have a cap on that. It can get quite overwhelming at times. But how long this run been going now? About 15 laps, 20 laps?
Yeah, it's been a pretty good run. We just watched 2 drop a bunch of positions. He got a little bit squirrely, but he ended up saving it. Put himself back into about 12th.
Was that the white car you're looking at there? Or is that that's a red and white car?
Yeah, the Josh 2
white with red numbers.
Red numbers, yeah.
I'm going to head out because I've got to help out with the remainder of the race. You've only got 25 laps to go now. 24 laps to go.
Okay, buddy. Well, good job tonight, and keep at it there, Benjamin.
Yep, I will.
Tell your daddy I said hello.
All right, I will.
All right, brother.
Thanks, Ben. Go do your thing. Yeah, man, that's awesome. I got guy. He's always got an answer for everything. So yeah, it's like I saw him sitting up there because he retired from the race. It's like, get in here. We got some questions to ask this guy. And he's just adding more series to the More series to the league, you know, it's wild what this guy does. Yeah, Merkel.
Well, they
Those
have
campers.
always had a lot of following. So kudos to them to get guys out here from different countries. These younger guys, I can't even pronounce some of these names. Yeah, it's just too big. I can stick to the Mike Carrolls. There you go.
Yeah.
And the Chris Elliott's. But yeah, that's interesting. I've seen some of these names out there, but I've never actually met them.
Yeah, it's a big South American group of guys. They're from Argentina, Venezuela. Oh, 14. There's the Australian. Mike Sully goes around. Green staying up, though. He's able to get it turned. It looks like they're keeping it.
Is it staying green?
It's staying green, yep.
It's big delay. But hey, you're doing a great job, man. I'm keeping an eye on the leaders here. That's who you got to focus on, right? These two guys right here. Oh, 14 car. Oh, is that the one you just talked about?
Yes, sir.
No, that was 30 seconds.
Yeah, that's Scully and the Australian driver.
Oh, that was a 30-second delay. Apologize there, folks.
Well, the 82 and the 2, Jonathan Peavy and Keith Hughes going for second position. Peavy was able to get around them. That's second or third? Looks like that's third position, actually.
So it actually stayed green. Okay.
It did, yeah. They use custom executable. I was talking about that before, how they don't use RLM. Benjamin uses his own custom server, so he runs a custom executable on his side where he can control real-time yellows and greens. Like in one lap, he could go yellow, green, yellow, green, yellow, green. Every time you push the button, it brings the flag up, right? So you could have one lap of caution or 20 laps of caution. It's, you know, it's cool, especially on the road courses. If you get a yellow, you can pull the yellow out, but you don't need to even do a full lap.
Yeah,
Put the green back out and turn 17 and go green at the line without even doing a full lap. So, you know, where the game would do 3 laps no matter where you were. At Martinsville, at Daytona, at Watkins-Glen, it's always 3 laps.
Are you panned on right now to the 2 leaders, the red car and the blue white one, number 2? Are these first, second right here?
No, first is the 24 of Jack Merkel. He's got a 2-second lead on Nick Gunther. The yellow and purple, 23. And then the 82 of Keith Hughes is in third. So the leaders are pretty strung out. Like there's pretty good gaps between all of them. We've only got about 15 laps to go here, so we'll put up the interval there. That little black box in the top left of your screen is the time between the leader and the car behind him. So as you can see there, for example, the 23 car is 2.10 seconds behind the leader, and 41 is 7.05 seconds behind the leader. All those are intervals to the leader. Let's see if anybody can reel them in. I doubt it.
I'm gonna root for Joshua Mercurio. I think he got real in within 7 laps. What do you think?
Mercurio?
Yeah, I like him. He's a good guy.
Back there in 7th? That's a possibility. Anything can happen.
That's all right. Josh, too, is going to whip out some eggs. Start giving people like flat tires. He's going to run them down.
2's back in 14th. Yeah, the Mercurio with the Joshes. How about just get the Joshes together?
Come on, Josh.
Team Josh. Here he goes now. We're talking about him.
Get it going.
Dives underneath Landy Pavlon. Trying to take away 5th. Is that 5th or 6th, actually? Oh, he's throwing the block.
Oh.
Throw the block on Gutierrez. Gutierrez is tough to beat, too. He's way up there in the standings also.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
That's 6th place. This is the battle for 6th. So Mercurio and Landy Pavlon battle for 6th.
And Randy to get to. Oh, block. I see it. That was about 45 seconds. Oh, my goodness. I'm about a lap behind you.
Yeah, YouTube's brutal. I send them the signal, and then it takes them like 20 seconds to get it out to everybody else, depending where you are.
Well, listen, put me on your list and I got to make sure my league don't start up for 2 more months. If you need help, if I could be prepared, I'd be more than happy to come out here and give you a hand.
Sorry, say again?
I said, you know, I don't start for 2 more months myself. So if you ever need help, keep me in mind, but I need to be prepared so I can be on the track with you to call this thing live.
Oh, cool. Yeah, right on, man. Mercurio and Gutierrez are beside each other now. Now, let me see. Merkel's got a lead of about 2 seconds. It's coming and going, though. It goes about 1.8, and it just went back up to 2.13 again. Oh. Big hit by Mercurio, but he held on to it. I think what Merkel's doing, too, he's just kind of keeping the 2-second gap.
He's watching it. He's watching the mirror.
Yeah,
sure.
he doesn't need to drive away. He needs to save those tires. That's the thing. We're getting pretty deep into this run, too. I'm curious. We had a few yellows have kind of lost track of when they went into the pits last.
I just saw the Josh thing. So that was, what, about a minute and a half? So how long does it take you to get around this track? About a minute?
Showing 25 seconds.
That's it. So I'm about to... I'll just talk during the cautions. But they've had a good run here, so it's good to see.
Yeah. Fantastic run.
And you're what, at least 20 cars still running, at least?
We have, let me see, 23.
23.
Cars still running. Jack Merkel, Nick Gunther, Keith Hughes, Tate Dorsey, Jonathan Peavy, Joseph Landy Pavlon, Santi Gutierrez, Josh Mercurio, Alfio Panicia, Paulo Vitor, Denny Caro, Christian Torres, Carnby Edward, Steph Thomas, Josh 2, Zach Barretto, Matt Scully, Jorge Pachon, Mark Snyder, Uder Neves, Kenny Campos, Matthias Yankee, and Chris Elliott.
Chris Elliott. You say Matthias Yankee?
Matthias Yankee, yep. Still running 5 laps off the pace.
Well, hang in there, buddy.
Let's see where he is. There he is back there in the 31. And we don't talk a lot about Christian Torres, but he's very consistent.
I know Christian a long time. That guy can run. He can win some races here and there. It's tough to win a race anywhere, but yeah, he's a pretty good driver, sure.
Yeah, right there. He just got passed by the 36. He was running in 13th, now he's in 14th. However, we're coming down to the last few laps, so we're going to focus on Merkel.
All right, Blaine, been a pleasure, young man. You can finish these last couple of laps and do your interviews. Thanks, Maverick, Cup Series, and Benjamin for letting me step in and help Blaine out a little bit, give it a little bit of color. So enjoy. I'll catch up to you real soon, bud.
Awesome. Thanks, dude. Have a good night.
Hey, you too, brother. Take care, guys.
Merkel putting on a clinic. They were within about a second, 1.19 seconds. Nick has reeled him in just a little bit. And Keith right behind him. Lap number 125 of 125. The white flag is in the air. Pending a catastrophe, it looks like the 24 is your winner this evening. Followed by Nick Gunther and Keith Hughes, Tate Dorsey. Oh, I messed it up. Where's 24? Where'd he go? Right there. All right, let's put the checkered flag in that guy's hand. And that burnout is over. All right, then. I'll shut the mics off here for a second. Just let me get everything saved up, and then we'll get on to the interview. Turn the mics on. There we go. Keith Hughes in the house, man. So sometimes you're an off-track administrator, and then sometimes you decide to race. When you decide to race, it's very entertaining. So congratulations on the podium finish.
Thank you.
So when you decide to race, like, how come you just don't race every, like, what changes? Why is that a...
I mean, you've watched the league, you've broadcasted and stuff.
But every time you race, you're up there. You find your way through it, and you get to the end.
It's not for me. It's for everybody else. Is when off-track admins try to get rid of the people that don't respect the other people's races. So trying to police that is the main idea behind off-track adminning. And I haven't raced a whole lot lately, so I wanted to race tonight.
Are you still able to do most of it, though, from the car, probably, because you have all the binds and stuff on your keyboard, right?
Yes, it's just I can't look at every incident and go through it live while I'm in the car. So that's what makes it difficult to be a admin and I get to see everything and I get to hear what other people say.
So you're actually, like, when you're off track like that, you're actually going back in time and, like, making the call, like, right there live on the track.
Yeah, and then I'll type, like example, if we're in a caution cooldown and somebody wrecks somebody, I'll type in EOL number whatever, and they have to do a pass-through, even if it's caution cooldown, because trying to get everybody to understand they need to respect other people's races, because people are not coming out here just to get wrecked by you. Even though it doesn't work, but Maverick has gotten better over the years. It's not great in terms of cleanliness, but it's better. But
you have to have that structure, because then if you don't, it just turns into a just an absolute cluster, right? Like everybody's just going out there and it's a disaster, and then nobody's going to come back. But when they see that there's a structure, they respect that, hopefully.
It's helped. Even not even off track, like I was racing in that. I mean, some people do some dumb moves, but overall, there's a lot less stupidity because of the strictness that was implemented. Gradually, if I keep racing, I think it'll come back because that's how people are. They'll take advantage of it. Hopefully not, but I know people and some of the people in the league don't care about other people. So I'll just suspend them and maybe eject them or ban them from the league. That might be what I need to do.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, just go straight to it. No messing around.
Yeah, I mean, there's 45 people showing up some races. We don't need you if you're causing trouble. We'll find somebody else.
Yeah, right on, man. Well, yeah, thanks for coming down and chatting. And again, congratulations on the 3rd place finish. Did you have any shout outs you want to throw down, or you want to scream at anybody? Let her rip.
I just want to scream at Tate for being bad. He's always bad. He finished 4th, but that was pure Mickey Mouse 4th. And I want to thank my cats for being on the car. You see Nachos on the front and Junebug and Mr. Kitties on either side.
Nice.
And then thanks to my wife for letting me race. And I enjoy having fun, and I'm glad that we were able to hit the under on the over-under in the cautions. We only had 10, and the over-under was 14, so we beat that.
Oh, perfect. There you go. Yeah, that's too bad you have to have the over-under on it, but yeah, that, you know.
I'm currently the over-under caution champion too. I had the most points last year predicting the right scenarios. So.
Oh, you guys keep track of that?
Yeah, it's a stat, and I'm the current reigning champion.
Nice. Perfect. Well, hey man, I guess we'll be back here doing it again next week at Indianapolis.
Oh yeah.
Got to slow down when I say that.
I'm betting over.
Okay, then maybe I'll follow you. I'll get in on that pool.
All right, sounds good.
Right on, man. Thanks. I guess we're moving on up to Nick. Sir Nick of Maverick. How you doing tonight, man? Congratulations on the 2nd place finish.
Hey, how you doing, Blaine?
Oh, not too bad. Were tires becoming an issue there? I was trying to, the long run at the end, I was thinking, man, you guys might burn these tires right off.
I just had no drive off ever since the a bunch of mosh pit that I would just happen to barely escape from, but I managed to get with it at the very end and just caught, I mean, it gave me 2 seconds worth of aero damage, but it must have been like roof damage or something because I had no drive off after that wreck.
There was some crazy wrecks. Cars flip-flopping over top of each other, and you know, some people were forced to retire. I was surprised more weren't actually getting caught up in that type of stuff.
I mean, this is just what happens every Tuesday here. That's why I don't show up as much as I used to. I'll just take my 1 championship and leave. Thank you.
Yeah, because you haven't been out here in a while.
Yeah, I've been on a retirement thing anyway. Just wanted to pass the torch to Jax, since he's just going to be winning every week, or almost winning every week.
Yeah. Well, every time I see you show up, I'm thinking, okay, well, there's going to be a good like top 10. You can almost predict the top 10. Like everybody else is solid, but then there's going to be that top 10, and you're always in it.
Yeah, it's Jack, myself, Keith when he races, Josh, a few others I can think of.
Mercurio's usually in there, and you'll have Pavlon, Landy Pavlon will be in there.
He's improved.
Some of those guys too took some really bad hits tonight. Like Jonathan Peavy got smashed up pretty good, but then, you know, you look at the stats, like where do some of these guys end up? They still, like Peavy took a couple of huge hits. He ended up finishing 5th anyway.
I mean, that's just how much of a strong driver you really have. You just take what you can and get the most out of it. That's why I was surprised I even held off Keith as long as I could.
Yeah. What's the trick to catching Merkel?
Well, I mean, if I didn't have that much of a drive-off problem where I had no straight-line speed anymore, it would have been just like, you know, it's Rockingham. You want to tiptoe around the track as fast as possible, even though this setup is just absolutely garbage, how tight it is all around the racetrack. Of course, you just had to lift off early, just let the car coast, and when the apex hits, you know, hit the gas and just try to get your rear tires to be with the right front tire anyway. I want to try to burn off the right rear so I can make the car turn better.
Oh, can you actually take that into account? You're like, okay, if we wreck this tire, it'll get in there to kind of compensate for some damage that you might have. You can kind of try to burn one tire up.
Well, it's not really that type of correlation, I would say, Blaine. It's more of, like I said, it was straight line speed I didn't have, so there was really nothing I could do to counter that. I mean, the tightness, the thing I could try to do is burn off the right rear, but you don't want to burn it off too much, otherwise you're going to be very loose and you wouldn't be able to control it.
Right. That's crazy how I just love that we're still racing. We're still playing with this thing this far in. When you talk about the setup being tight, is the setup being tight, or have they adjusted the track settings to make the track tighter?
I can't say for sure. I didn't look at the INI or anything like that. That might be something more of a Keith question or a Tate Dorsey question. They might have more answers with that. But, yeah, I didn't really look into the INI. I actually showed up to this race last minute because I was trying to fill in for somebody.
Oh. Who are you filling in for? Oh, yeah, he sent me that.
Yeah, I was filling in for one of Jared's team or whatever. I don't know if he drove the 6, but he wanted me to fill in the 23 car for this week for Rockingham because he knows how well I do. Just disappointed to give him the win this time anyway because I just had no drive-off speed after a while, and I just couldn't have enough, like, straight line speed to even catch up to Jack. Maybe we had like more cautions anyway. If we had like a wreck fest and I kept leaving pit road first each time, then I might have had a chance.
Right.
But it's just he probably would have ran my ass over anyway. So it just wouldn't have mattered, I don't think.
Yeah, it looked like you were subbing for Jarrett Gravois.
Correct.
Yeah. Yeah, Ben sends me all the notes and the text messages as the race is going on because he'll hear me talking about it. And I'm like, I don't think that's Nick's normal number.
Nah,
weird. And then I'll get a text from him and he'll tell me what it is.
Yeah, so I don't know if he's listening in, but I apologize, buddy. I tried to get the win. I just had no drive off. I couldn't catch up to Jack.
Yeah. Well, hey man, it was an awesome race regardless. The last half of that thing anyway, at least we had a couple of longer green flag stretches to sort of get it done, and it didn't wreck out too many cars anyway, but yeah, it was a great show watching you guys try to reel in Merkel.
Yeah, I mean, Keith and I would used to put on a show last year between us two and the points anyway. I mean, I know Keith has tried to take a step back, but he said, screw it, I'm going to go race this week. I've heard good stories about this league, I would say now. I've heard some good things, but yeah, I think I'd say this for this league standards, this was probably one of the more better races because, unfortunately half the field has to die, but once you get those posers out of the way, you get the good drivers in here. We get to put on a show for you, have long green flag runs like this.
That's what I kind of noticed. Like most weeks, there's the first third of the race, we kind of get about 4 or 5 caution flags. People will get frustrated and retire, and then the rest of the race is pretty damn good. It's just navigating that initial, that initial rat's nest that might happen because there's so many cars, so many people show up, and some of these tracks are pretty tight, and they can't hold all that stuff. So.
Yeah, I mean, it's just. I would say I wouldn't say lack of competence. I would say lack of experience because Rockingham is pretty tough. It's a fun track if you know how to drive it. That's the thing. This is not a beginner-friendly track, despite how small it is or whatnot. I think that's part of the reason why too. It's a smaller type of track. It drives like an intermediate, but it also at the same time you might think of it as a short track too.
I accidentally called it a short track a couple times, but yeah, it's just over a mile long. So it's not a Martinsville. It's like a Dover, and but yeah, it's a cool one. I've always liked racing there. I like the small. I mean, I don't know what I like. I have a lot of fun at the super speedways, but then these shorter ones are cool because you really got to concentrate on hitting your marks. So it's just being a NASCAR fan, and especially a fan of this thing, it's fun to have all these different styles of tracks.
This track in particular is a driver's track. You know what I mean? That's why Jack was so far away. That's why I was so far away. Keith was so far away. We kind of split the field by about 6 seconds afterwards. It's definitely one of those things where you have to manage so much. Rockingham, as I always say, you have to tiptoe around this place as fast as possible, which sounds contradicting, and it is. It's about taking care of your equipment as best as you can while also driving fast. It's a paradox, yes, but if you have enough experience here, you'll learn. Because this track right here, back when FTF was a thing in NR before they moved on to iRacing, my first harsh reality check was at Rockingham when it comes to tire management in this game, where I was so high up in the race, I was like, wow, I'm actually competitive in this. Then I just got like 5-10 laps later, I just got blown right by, and back to 25th I went. I was like, oh, damn it. It'll teach you. That's why I love this track so much. It taught me a lot of things.
Yeah, that's cool. How many? I want to know how many tracks are even available for this game. They gotta be thousands.
Oh, I mean, this community and this mod has been around for, oh my God, well, since 2003, of course. So it's been around for 22 years. But yeah. I mean, it's a lot more vast than you think it is.
Yeah, I've found even tracks local to me, not just Canadian Tire Motorsport Park, but like Brockville Dirt Track is in here, which is, I just drove by it on the weekend because we go for country drive. I'm like, oh yeah, Temperance Lake Road. Drive by the dirt track. I'm like, and then I go online and it exists. It's not finished, but it's there. Somebody actually made it. I'm like, who in Brockville, Ontario, started to make this track? It's cool.
It's like me with my local short track of Wall Stadium Speedway. So I get the feeling about having seen your local short track on here. It's fun.
It's neat. Yeah. I'm thinking, wow, if somebody just, like, it's impossible. Like, I tried to run it and it doesn't even work because it's not complete. But somebody started it. I should learn how to use Sandbox and finish it. But anyway, man, yeah, thanks for coming down and chatting. And of course, always congratulations on the second place finish. If you want to take the mic and do your final words, it's all yours.
Yeah, I just want to say thanks to Jarrett for giving me the opportunity for this race tonight. I know I was kind of a last-minute deal. I didn't really have any sort of time to practice. I kind of showed up about 15 minutes before the race even started anyway. Try to log my laps down, of course. Let's see. We have a kick car. I would say, I'm not sure if this is based on the kick Sauber like F1 is anyway, but I see it's based on, I think, please correct me if I'm wrong, Jimmy Spencer's Camel car. I don't know if it was Jimmy Spencer driving that car at the time or not, but I remember that car itself had, I think, Camel on the car, like it's a cigarette Camel brand anyway. Yeah, I think it's what it is. Of course, I got to thank Keith for staying as patient as he could. Of course, you of course for doing the broadcasting anyway. Yeah, I guess for everyone, just race me cleanly, I suppose. I mean, there's really not much more for me to thank. There's not that many logos on the car for me to actually do so. But yeah, we'll just end it off there.
Awesome, man. Well, thanks again and have a good night.
All right, thanks, Blade.
Jack Merkel, winner of this evening's race, man. Another clinic. Talk about all the things. Because you qualified pretty good, like 4th, I believe. And then fall back, move forward, win the race. Do you keep everybody around 2 seconds away from you? Because I sort of see it fall a little bit, and then it'll be back up around 2 again. I have a feeling you're just looking in the mirror, keeping those guys right there.
Yeah, I definitely screwed that last stint up. I definitely pushed earlier than I should have, and definitely blew my tires off. Like 4 or 5 more laps, and they probably would have got me because they were catching about 2 or 3 tenths a lap. But I didn't run any long runs, and all the long runs that we had, I was at the back of the field, so I didn't really know how tires did. So I was like, I'll just send it off and see what happens. And then thankfully, I was able to get a big enough lead that when the tires did wear out, that I was able to hold a gap between us, and they weren't able to chase me down. I think some lap cars held them up too, which helped, but
And you got caught up in some stuff early. Like you see you got jostled around there in some of those wrecks, but obviously it didn't take. Does damage affect how you navigate around?
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely the kind of wrecks we have today are kind of like what happens at Dover almost, and it's definitely scary because I mean there was 2 instances where the big wrecks happened where I was stopped on track just waiting for it to stop so I could go around. So it's definitely a factor of watching your mirror, make sure nobody's going to hit you, then make sure you don't hit anybody while they're going through, and trying to keep the car as clean as possible. I had damage from one of the wrecks, but it was like maybe a hammer hit or 2, and that was it. So thankfully I didn't have too much from it, and was able to just be far enough away from each wreck that I was able to see it happen, get slowed down, and avoid them perfectly fine.
I noticed that, like, yeah, some of the accidents were pretty massive, but then you did have a lot of guys doing, just like you said, where, you know, you can see the smoke and then there's nowhere to go, so you just park it and then let the dust settle. And because the wrecks could have been insane if nobody chucked up and waited. So there's a lot of good heads up driving.
Yeah, that's the bad part about a track like this that's so banked, is when there's a wreck, it all goes up, and everybody's already up there, so it all gets collected. And then you have the walls so close together on the back straight that they just kind of bounce off the walls and stay on the track.
Like a pinball machine.
Yeah, it's once 2 or 3 cars start wrecking, you can expect it to be about 6 or 7, and if you're anytime behind it, you need to just stop. You're not going to get through it, don't even try, just stop and let it calm itself down before you even attempt to go through it.
Right. Yeah, good call. And at least if you're getting damage, it's not going to be catastrophic damage.
Yeah, you're moving real slow. So I mean, like I had that contact with PV when we were going through it, and I think I had a second of damage, and that was about it. Other than that, it was fine.
So are you? I mean, I'm quickly looking at the points that I'm generating. Of course, these are unofficial, but you know, you've got a couple of 100 points gap back to second place, and if you keep this up, you're going to run away with this thing. Now, I can't remember, did they run playoffs here at Maverick? I guess Benjamin can answer this too, but it's just a points accumulation,
it's just
right?
Straight up, how many points can you get in this set amount of races?
That's awesome. Yeah, so you could be consistent like this and actually clinch it going into that final race, maybe even the second last race.
Yeah, like if it ended now, like if the next race was
the last race,
I would have it clinched, because it's like he could, if I got 0 points and he won the race and everything, it'd be like 185. So
yeah, like you wouldn't even have to start the race. You could just be like, I already won it.
Then you have to show up, and even if he got max points, it still wouldn't be enough. Which, I mean, I'm glad to have that buffer. It definitely makes racing a lot less stressful, knowing that something catastrophic can happen, and it won't be like we're close on points again like that. So it definitely takes the stress factor away from that, and it definitely makes racing hard a little bit easier. If it was only like a 30 or 40 point gap, I'd be kind of scared to race hard until I'd be racing for position and stuff like that. But with that gap, it means I can be aggressive and go for wins and do strategies like I was able to do tonight that worked out.
Yeah, because I'm showing here, you've got 6 wins. Zach Rogers has 2. And he's only got 2 from the road courses that he runs, because he doesn't run here other than a road course race. So he's not even a question, because his points don't matter because he doesn't come out every week.
Yep.
But yeah, man, like you're putting on a clinic, and it's amazing to watch, because I mean, some of these guys can get close. Like the Curio is always there, Hughes is always there, but you're always in front of them.
Yeah, I don't know what somehow I could just always make it work here, and I don't really understand. Like even going back to last season when I hadn't raced her before and came in, I mean, I won the first race I was here. There's a couple races where I got raked out or whatever, and I wouldn't have points, so I just left them. But like the only races I've done bad here this season so far have been the super speedways, and that's stuff that's just out of my control that I can't handle. I think every race that's not a super speedway that I've started, I don't think I've finished outside the top 5.
Yeah, let's see. Like, yeah, you've got top. Yeah, I got the stats rolling up here too. You've got 12 top 10s.
Yeah,
10 top 5 finishes.
Yeah, the only tracks that I haven't gotten a top 5 were both Daytonas, Talladega, and then the Milwaukee race where I didn't start until there was 30 laps to go. So. Right.
That's wild, man. Yeah, that's amazing. Do you run in any open setup leagues, or do you just...
No. I used to be big on them, but I don't have the time to sit down and try to make one for the day or two before the race. So I'm glad this is fixed that if I can just show up and race it.
Yeah. Do you help with the setups, or do you just...
No, I mean, usually, I think most of the time we just run the fast setup that comes with the track. That's what we ran tonight.
Oh, okay. I didn't know.
I think
if
it's
they were
usually
tweaked.
just the fast setup that we run with them.
Oh, right on. Yeah, man. Well, it's fun to watch. That's for sure. I mean, like I was saying at the last, like to Nick and to Keith, the first third of the race seems to be where, you know, the cautions will happen and some drivers will just get frustrated and leave. But those last like 2/3 of every race, in the last half dozen times we've raced with you guys at the Cup Series here, you know, that last 2/3 is a really, really good race. You know, you get some green flag pitting and everybody gets into a groove and we just kind of go for it. It's a little bit rough start sometimes, but the end is always great.
I mean, that's the thing though, is like all the cautions happen in the front, all the wrecks happen, and you get rid of all the drivers that, I don't want to say they're problems, but all the drivers that they're normally the ones that are causing cautions and causing issues, and
a little
they
bit
get
more
wrecked
inconsistent.
out. Yeah. The newer people to the game, stuff like that, you know, and once they get out of the race, then it becomes, you know, all the people who've been doing it for a while, we know what to do. We know what's going on, and we can get stuff done. Hey, same thing happened in Vegas, you know. First 50 laps of Vegas was a few cautions, and then we hit halfway, had that restart, and then it was green flag all the way to the end.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, I get out there and I race. I've been running this thing for 20 years, and even before NASCAR 2003, and it's always been, I'm not going out there to win. I'm just going out there to just be in the race. And then you got to know when to get out of the way, and, you know, just know how to feel the car, because sometimes things can go a little bit weird, but, you know, once you get used to the sounds and the force feedback, and you can just kind of just get out there and run some laps, you know, and I'm like, I don't need to win. It's nice every once in a while, but it's definitely a simulator to probably one of the best I've ever played. I've never really steered away from this.
Of fun playing this game.
Do you play any other ones? Like, I've played Assetto Corsa. That's pretty good.
Yeah, so I've been playing iRacing for about the same amount of time. I think I joined iRacing in 2013. So I'll play it every once in a while, and I was real big into it when the Gen 4 cars came out, and I played with them a bunch. Been playing Le Mans Ultimate here recently. Been playing a bunch of that, and I'll just, you know, anything a game I can drive in, I'll play it once or twice to see what it's about.
Yeah, thing with Assetto Corsa, they tried
mainly it's just this and iRacing though.
Yeah, I know Assetto Corsa tried a NASCAR mod, but it's just like, my brain cannot leave that NASCAR 2003 style. And of course, iRacing is the exact same thing. So I can get in there and I'm like, man, this is my game, you know? But it's a subscription fee, so you always end up coming back to this. So
used to these types of physics and everything that I can't. Other kind of cars, like GT3 cars and stuff like that, I can go in any other game and play it fine. But any other game and try to drive a stock car or anything like that, and I revert back to trying to drive it like NR, and it never works out. Exactly
where I was going, because they got the NASCAR mod on the Assetto Corsa, the first one that came out in 2007, and it's phenomenal. Like, it looks great, but it just doesn't work. I'm like, I can't race stock cars in this game. That game is more for the, you know, download a Honda Civic or download a Michael Schumacher 1996 F1 Ferrari, you know, like
stuff that's not on any other game, you know.
Yeah, it's the circuits and the road courses and all that kind of stuff. The free roam driving maps they have are fantastic, but a NASCAR, I want nothing to do with it. It's got to be in here or iRacing.
It's kind of the same. I went back and here recently, I downloaded an emulator on my PC to play some old PlayStation 2 games. Went back and tried to play a bunch of the old NASCAR games. As a kid, they were fine, but now I'm like, I can't drive them because everything's so twitchy and everything like that. It's like I can't focus on how I need to drive this because I'm so used to everything else.
Yeah. And especially when they were console games, because they're built for a gamepad. So they're twitchy because that's just the arcade style.
Yep.
You're trying to get it off the rail and you can't get it off the rail. It's almost like it's deleting you somewhere you never really have 100% control of it. And that's what I always loved about this. When you're in the pits, you're still crashing into people. It doesn't slow you down, because I know a lot of those console ones will just aim for the pits and it just takes control of the car. And it's like, it's so boring. I can't. I need to be able to control the car all the time.
Yeah, that's unfortunate.
That's why this thing's so good.
I'm just glad that I'm able to do. I'm able to do this season what I knew I could do. After running last season and getting the finishes I had there, I knew I could come in and be a force and win it. And then once Nick said he wasn't running it full time, and then Keith ended up stepping down to do the off track stuff for a while, I knew that was my chance, and that I couldn't let anybody else take it from me, and I had to capitalize on it. And so far, I've been able to, and I'm glad I've been able to.
Yeah, man. Well, it's been great watching, because every week, now that we're back into the flow, a little bit of we took July off because Ben does a lot of stuff in July, much the same way I do a lot of stuff in October. Don't call me, I won't answer. But it's cool, and different tracks every week. So obviously you'll be back next week at Indy.
Yep, I really like Indy, so we'll see how that goes. Yeah,
that should be a fun one. That's always a good one. But yeah, man, if you got any final words, let it rip.
Just thanks to Fortnite Squad Racing for giving me a good car once again, and glad I was able to hang on to this one. And after being involved in so many incidents in the front, being able to come back and hold on to it and hold off Keith and Nick and be able to get the win and further our championship hopes, and hopefully we can lock that up here soon.
Right on, man. Yeah, thanks for chatting, Jack. And again, congratulations.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, man. We'll see you next week.
You too.
Benjamin, another race in the books. We've run a total of 2,244 miles this season with 1,401 total laps.
Wow. Those numbers are hard to comprehend.
It's weird because I love plugging the exports into Score 4, and then it gives me all these little nuggets, 14 races in for 1,401 laps, 2,244 total miles. And then
Blaine, once I get the export fixed so that the names show up correctly in the points, so that, like, say Ulysses isn't scored as two separate people, or the 36, right. I will send you all of the fixed exports this weekend, hopefully.
Oh, cool. Yeah, I never even thought of that. See, I'm just using the exports as... I don't use them for the points because I know you adjust some things, but I never thought about that. If guys are using different car numbers and stuff, I could recompile it all.
Yep, and like for and you mentioned October earlier. We only have one race in October.
Right, I noticed that, which was great.
Wait, did Nate already pay for it?
Yes, he did. Yes, he did.
Because he's sponsoring that race.
Yeah, out of nowhere, I got some money from Nate. I'm like, oh, I forgot you were buying the race. I thought he was paying for this one. And he's like, no, it's in October, man, because you guys got the breast cancer race coming up.
Yeah, and it's a very important cause to both of us. My Aunt Robin, of course, who died from breast cancer. Of course, we do the memorial. We're doing that again next year, the Robin Hunker Memorial at Vegas. And speaking of combination race, next week we have one.
Oh, the West Series is coming in?
Yep, they're joining us next week, and they also have a race this Friday at Colorado National Speedway.
How long is that track? That sounds short.
It's a short track.
Nice.
Just north of Denver. And I was just in Colorado on top of that, so I may race, I may not, I don't know.
Oh, right on. Like, you might take the night off, you mean? Like, the race here will still run, but just watch from the sidelines? Is that what you mean?
No, that's what I was intending to do for West, but I've joined in a few races to help fill the field, and I'm only one I know I'm running for sure out of the rest of the year is Portland, but I may run this one because I was just in the great state of Colorado for a live reality game.
I see what you mean. What do you mean, live reality?
They're like you remember how we had Jabbar Lindsay as the Grand Marshal for Survivor Pennsylvania?
Yeah.
Or like the Survivor, it was a mock Survivor competition. Now, I can't disclose where I finished because they're going to be releasing episodes on YouTube next year, edited episodes. So you'll be able to watch those.
Oh, cool!
Like all those folks that come over and watch your broadcast, or perhaps even race in, say, the Maverick West Series.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Yeah, we're definitely trying to help build these lower series. and they're designed to have their own set of drivers. They're designed for less skilled drivers, so we don't have too many rookies infiltrating the Cup Series.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because we don't want to overwhelm the new drivers by putting them in a field with some of the best. Because some of the guys who race here, they are the best on this sim. Guys like Jack Merkel, Nick Gunther, Zach Rogers when he shows up.
Yeah. Yeah, when he shows up, he wins.
No. The last 2 races Rogers showed up for, Merkel won.
Yeah, I was gonna say at least he's the one. Him and Merkel are the two, and Gunther too, if he's able to show up as well. Like those 3 guys together is we don't know.
Or Huang Do from the last few seasons.
Oh yeah, he has a YouTube channel too. That name sounds familiar.
I'll have to send you his YouTube channel, but
I think I have it.
But Huang is like an amazing road racer. And then back when I first started racing in the late 2010s, there was Brandon Hawken.
Okay.
Who's Canadian, by the way.
Nice.
And he is the best road racer I've ever raced against. He would probably obliterate everybody at Watkins Glen if he shows up.
Wow. That'd be
if we got
something.
him to come out of retirement for that race, he would obliterate the field.
Yeah, that's crazy because we watch like Rogers and Merkel and Gunther and Pavlon, like those guys. But to have somebody who's even, all over those guys, that'd be something to see.
Yeah, and he raced in some of the big leagues. Like he raced in Fast back in the 2010s, FTF, like some of the big leagues back then.
Nice. And then he retired, you said?
No, he does iRacing now.
Oh, I see what you mean. He just retired from NR 2003.
Yeah, he does a lot of iRacing now. A lot of the ones from back then do iRacing now that still race.
Yeah. iRacing's good, but it's too expensive.
Yeah, I do iRacing sometimes, but I do strictly road courses. They're just a lot of fun on iRacing. The GT and touring cars are just so much fun to drive.
Yeah. Yeah, and I always lean into the NASCAR stuff, but it's always cool to try out the other disciplines because they literally cover everything. And then, I'm like, I get away from it for a couple of years and then get back into it when there's like a coupon sale and like, oh, you can buy 4 months for $20. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, like the oval stuff for me is just too difficult. I do like the rallycross stuff, but then like the asphalt road, like the GT touring cars, those are a lot of fun to drive.
Yeah.
And again, I mean, road courses are some of my favorite tracks in this series, and hence why I expressed interest in starting a series that runs just those.
Yeah, that'll be great. Are you keeping it stock car? You're not using open wheel?
It's every series I run will be using this mod, the VR15.
Oh, okay. Well,
VR15 with Cup Physics. The first mod I ever painted for, and that's in part why I chose this mod for this series, because there's just so many good manufacturer templates for it too.
It's a great mod. It looks awesome on a broadcast. Like it's just an all around one of the best ones. And it doesn't
eat your graphics as much as some of the newer mods like the Men Cup 19.
That's the thing. Yeah, it looks fantastic on the screen, but it's definitely not a hog. It
is not a hog like Men Cup 19 or the NCS 22
or the ICR.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
That is, I've never really used
such a cool mod.
That much.
Yeah, it's such a cool looking mod because it's not like based on anything. A bunch of different cars, and it's all kind of the best of everything. It's kind of
a mishmash of everything.
Yeah, like a fictional car, but it looks great. And the template is crazy because they actually have a horizontal template that's 248 by 4096 or something. Like it's a weird resolution that's never been done because they're always square. Where this one's actually
all
a
the mods
rectangle.
in
What is going on? Like you can literally paint the rivets on the spoilers, and you can paint all of them. Like if there's 15 rivets, you could paint all 15 a different color. It's nuts.
It's just amazing to see how many different mods there are.
Yeah, I couldn't even count them all. Go-kart mods, and Mystical's working on a new one. It's at least according to the website, Armory Digital's website, there's a mystery mod in the making, and he released the go-kart mod there a couple of years ago. So who knows what's under construction now over there, and
Yeah.
new trucks coming out. Like, we're gonna need, and when they launch, they'll be there, I'm sure.
Yeah, but Armory Digital, they've done really good car sets over the years. I've downloaded some of their work. They made a Honda and a Pontiac template. Those are the first outside manufacturers we had, along with this BMW template. Those came from Armory Digital.
Yeah, and he did the UI enhancements too, so a lot of people run different score clocks and whatnot.
Yeah, I've on one of my computers, I've always run a different score clock.
Yeah, because you can change where the yellow flag is, and you can move all your stuff around and make it different colors and blah blah blah. Like, she teaches you how to do all that stuff. But yeah, it's but yeah, man,
I'm thinking about trying a new store clock out.
Yeah, you can make your own too. Like the one I use on the broadcast, like the one I use when you push S, it's just black. I just took away all the logos and
plain Jane.
Just people want to see it.
Somebody needs to make one for. Somebody needs to make. But I prefer just seeing the ticker on the screen, to be honest.
Yeah.
The ticker. I love the old school scrolling tickers. It's what I grew up with.
Yeah. Yeah. There's so many things that people do to this game. I love it. Always something new.
Always something new, and I mean, again, like you talk about HVRL having multiple series. I mean, we're not like some of the other longer running series. Like, like a lot of the series, they'll have like, I remember seeing a post one time, like you see a lot of the series like RTG, Primetime Bomb Squad, they'll have usually like 3 or 4 series. They'll have a cup series, a truck series, something in between, like either like a vintage series like the Aero 88 or the Xfinity cars, and maybe a super speedway series. But like right now we have the cup series and then like a West Coast series. Like we've considered creating something, like Busch North. We've considered like a sportsman, like short track series. We've considered road courses. We've considered trucks we've considered all sorts of crazy stuff. But we have something really, you're really gonna like what we have in store for 2026. It's gonna be rolled out on our social media pages in November.
Sweet. Yeah, looking forward to it. It'll be good.
Yep, and we're releasing the Cup schedule in a few weeks, so.
Right on. So there you go. Stay tuned, everybody. If you want to know what's going on in the future of Maverick, it's coming.
Yep, we've got some really good stuff coming to the schedule next year for Cup even. I mean, you're really going to like next year's Cup schedule.
Are you planning a website of any kind, or are you just sticking with Facebook and Discord?
Well, we have a public Facebook page, but we're considering a website eventually.
Yeah, right on.
We're considering like expanding our outreach.
Yeah, I mean, the names are cheap. The hosting's a different story, but it's not expensive. Like even for TarnationTV.com, it's like $12 a year for the name, and then another 50 something for the hosting. Because I'm not hosting files to download. If you start putting files on a server, that's when you're paying for the space. But if you're just using Google Drive links, you can dodge that stuff.
Yeah, like we just use Google Drive links for people to download the car files when they're members of the league. Yeah,
and that's a great way to do it because it's an ever-updating thing, right?
Yeah, when we put the limit in place, again, the schemes are becoming way more recognizable. We're trying to think of ways we can market this series to grow its popularity.
Yeah, it'll be a full-time job for you checking to make sure, like, oh, that's your 4th one, and then you got to go through and delete them all.
No, I'm going to recommend people choose what they want to run at the beginning of the season, like have a primary and then maybe like a throwback for this race, or maybe a patriotic or something, or maybe a breast cancer awareness, or like if they're promoting a simultaneous event or a first run film, like if they're promoting, say, a live reality game, or again, a first run film, or a simultaneous event, or a sports team.
Right.
Like, Dale Jr.'s MLB All-Star Game car, for example.
Right. Yeah, get your 2 or 3 cars in there and then just leave it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And I already have 2 of my cars painted for next year, and I already have another one that I have the design, I have the base. I just need to make the numbers and get the scheme done. And then the fourth one is a throwback.
Nice.
Is the plan right now. And same for the 27 for my teammate, or for my dad.
Yeah, right on. Well, and then they keep them consistent too. Like you have the same design of the same colors and the same Kia. You always use Kia.
Yep, and having the same scheme like at least 75% of the year, those schemes are going to be ingrained in people's heads from week to week.
Yeah, that's why I never changed mine. I spend a lot of time making a car, but then once it's locked in, I'll run it for 5 years.
Yeah, I mean, think of schemes that many fans grew up with. Think of schemes like the Rainbow Warrior, the Black 3, the Tide Ride, the Wood Brothers 21. There's so many other good examples.
Or even in here, like when I see the purple car with the Maverick logo, I know it's you. Or like even Chris Elliott running the Doritos. He always runs the Doritos sponsorship. You know, it's easy to see. And then Merkel with the 24 running the different Gordon schemes. You know, there's always, you just instantly recognize them.
Yeah, those Gordon schemes definitely stand out, and they're running at the front too.
Yep. Yeah, that helps when they're up front. Dominate the broadcast. Well, rock and roll, man. Another great week, and we'll be back here next Tuesday for Indianapolis. 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time is when the broadcast kicks off. Live at 1:15 with a 15-minute countdown. Make sure everybody gets connected. And another good night for hits tonight, man. So did you have any closing thoughts before I shut this thing down for the night?
Well, I'd like to thank everybody who came out to race tonight. I'd like to thank you for coming out broadcasting, and I really wish you were here, Rod. Hopefully you'll be back next week, and looking forward to Indianapolis.
That's it. Yeah, Rod should be back next week. He had an appointment he had to do tonight, so we'll be back here full steam ahead as we continue through the last half of the season. It should be a lot of fun.
All right, thank you.
Right on, man. Thanks again. We'll see you next week. Let's put the schedule up. As you can see there, Rockingham. Well, we might as well do the adjustment right now. We'll do it live. We'll check Rockingham off the list. You can see that the rest of this season, next week we will be at Indianapolis Motor Speedway. And then we go to Michigan, Watkins Glen, Atlanta, Bristol, New Hampshire, Talladega Superspeedway, Martinsville Speedway. We go from a 2.66 mile superspeedway down over to Martinsville. Little short track, flat track in it. Phoenix and Homestead, Miami to end off the year in mid-November. So this will be a lot of fun as we continue with the Maverick Cup Series. We thank everybody, of course, for watching on YouTube. The views are awesome. The interaction on the chat is always cool, too. And as always, if the women don't find you handsome, they should at least find you handy. Keep your stick on the ice.